Semi-final matchup there you see on your screen. The bracket has brought us here tonight as Toxic Tour vying for a chance at those tag team titles once more. As I said, Toxic Tour getting another opportunity at Championship Gold in the tag team division here in New Texas. Well, they came up short this past weekend down in the Clash on Colorado, which you can check on IWTV. Prince Lee winning a battle royal for an opportunity at Jay Davis's TCS championship, and Pac Ortega coming up short at Carter Black.
Whoa, hey, Trent, you're burying the lead. Prince Lee got arrested.
That is true. How could I ever forget Prince Lee being taken down mid-match in Pac Ortega's championship opportunity by some of Wharton PD's finest.
But he got out. The EXO girls, the Sugar Mamas, bailed out your boy, Prince Lee, and now he made it here tonight, and he's going to continue his campaign along with Pac Ortega to win the All-for-One, One-for-All tournament.
Well, as much of a disappointing night it was in Wharton, it could be a very joyous occasion here tonight at TCS 48 for Toxic Tour. But once again, as we saw, there is no love lost. Bad blood between these two teams as they faced off with one another inside the ring. Some personal words being shared. There you see Kenny and Nick getting hyped up for this match as they're not looking to parade around the ring as they're coming in hot right after Toxic Tour, and the fight has begun, looking like a hockey fight. Once again, Pac and Kenny in one corner, Lee and Nick in the other.
Well, you know, the Toxic Tour, they had some very strong words for Just Vibin at the last Texas Contender Series. Really hit a chord with Kenny Calypso and Just Nick. And now they're on fire, starting us off here at TCS 48.
Yeah, we're used to seeing the happy-go-lucky vibe of Kenny and Nick, and they are just going right after Toxic Tour with a double suicide dive right in the front row.
Well, the Toxic Tour, they certainly know how to push buttons, but right now they might be rethinking their mental strategy in attacking Just Vibin. Last time we saw you here at the Houston Premier Arena.
Well, this semifinal match could end at any moment. Toxic Tour not even being able to get out of the gate as Nick and Kenny working perfectly together. Body slam by Nick, tagging in Kenny. Here comes the man from Planet Dread.
You know, as you saw earlier, if you got to take a look at the brackets, we got Just Vibin and Toxic Tour right now. A little bit late. Oh, cover! A little bit later on in the show, we're going to have the X Factor taking on the 8th day. And remember, folks, the winner of this tag team tournament, they're going to have an opportunity. They can either challenge for the New Texas Pro Tag Team titles, which is currently held by the Dream Team, or they could face each other. And the winner of that match will get a #1 contender shot at Carter Black's New Texas Pro World title.
This being the third year of the All-for-One, One-for-All tournament, we've seen both options be taken in the past. As Kenny makes a cover by Fly Def, Warren J taking that opportunity to face each other with Zach Zilla. Warren J going on to face Stephen Wolf, coming up in a losing effort. And Just Vibin, the team in control right now of this semifinal match, winning last year's and going right after the Dream Team, as we'll never forget the wars that those two teams had with one another. And right now, as it stands, Just Vibin, we could get another matchup between Just Vibin and the Dream Team.
I'm sure that Just Vibin is certainly clamoring for that, as they lost those New Texas Pro Tag Team titles at Lone Star 5 at the end of last year. All because, quite frankly, Jack Calloway was in that match subbing in for Kenny Calypso. If you want to know why Kenny Calypso was out, just go watch TCS 47. But right now, look at that.
That drop kick hitting flush the side of the head on the temple, right on Nick, and Nick could very well be out, but Pac and Lee not wanting to get any cheap victory. They want to make a statement to Just Vibin.
And you know, I think this might be Toxic Tour's year. You look at their aggressiveness, you look at their swagger, you just look at how they've totally changed over the last 6 months ever since uniting here at Texas Contender Series. There's so much machismo. Ooh, the big drip, Pac Ortega, that's rubbing off on Prince Lee, and they've certainly become one of the most premier tag teams here at New Texas Pro.
Oh, and Lee right there with the referee distracted, taking advantage, trying to wear down Nick, and now the referee tending to Nick, and Toxic Tour just taking advantage of Nick right across the middle rope, and now Ortega with the cover. Only getting 2 for their efforts there.
And you know, that's the tag team cohesiveness that the Toxic Tour has that Just Vibin might not. You know, we've seen some miscommunication between Just Nick and Kenny Calypso. We've seen some moments where maybe Kenny Calypso may have let Just Nick down.
Well, they have, and it seems like after those miscommunications that they have seen eye to eye and now are reading the same book. But Toxic Tour, to their credit, as you said, Dan, we have not seen a miscommunication with this team as Prince Lee coming off the ropes, boot right to the face, connecting to the jaw.
Well, not yet, anyway. Remember, Kenny Calypso always lets Nick down when it means the most. When it comes to losing championships. Remember, Kenny Calypso lost the Texas Contender Series championship to Just Nick and refused to shake his hand afterwards. Kenny Calypso threw in the towel when Just Nick was challenging Father O'Day in that throw in the towel match back at Campbell Hall at Texas Indies Showcase 4.
There is history, obviously, between the two, but it seems like all water under the bridge now as they're competing in the semifinals of this tournament. And Nick connecting with a kick to Ortega, and just as Nick was going to make a tag to Kenny, Prince Lee's right there to take Kenny off the apron.
Kenny refused to make the tag for Just Nick.
What do you mean? He's right there.
He jumped down off the apron.
Lee pulled him off of the apron, and Lee is taking advantage, and now Nick has no one to tag to.
I don't know what you're talking about, Trent. Lee's a good boy. That's what he got out.
He was a great boy in Wharton, I suppose, right?
He got out on good behavior.
Pac Ortega with a release German suplex, sending Nick back into his corner, tagging in his partner.
And where's Kenny to help? Nowhere to be found.
There's a toxic two-man elbow drop by Lee and Ortega cover.
I'm telling you, you got future tag team champions written all over Toxic Tour.
Well, they've had a few opportunities and haven't converted either of those opportunities thus far into gold, but this may be the golden opportunity this tournament for Toxic Tour, as Lee now just lying in wait, biding his time, coming after Nick for the $1 Million Nightmare. Nick holds onto the rope, missed that line. Ortega trying to get a hit on, and there's a super kick ruthlessly across the chin, and both men are down. This is an opportunity right here. Nick needs to make a tag.
Well, Trent, you were talking about converting. If any of the folks at home, if any of the ladies at home want to be converted to be an XO girl for Prince Lee, just follow him on Instagram at Prince Lee Pro. Told me to tell everybody that.
And Nick makes a tag to Kenny. Lee to Ortega.
Here comes the big drip.
Kenny looking like a Pineapple Express here. Flurry of offense on the Toxic Tour. A man from Planet Dread absolutely feeling it here. Big uppercut in the corner. Another one to Lee, going back and forth. Oh! No! There's a miscommunication right there as Kenny sidestepped Lee. Eat defeat from Kenny.
Great wherewithal by Kenny Calypso there. Here comes Pac, eating the boot. Uh-oh, can we see a pineapple slicer right here on the big drip? No!
Connecting. Kenny going for the cover. Vibin could be going to the finals. Oh, Lee was right there to break it up and save it for Toxic Tour.
Prince Lee always on time, never late. Just Nick coming in trying to help out Kenny Calypso, but whoa.
Nick holding on to the middle rope right there on the apron. Oh, going for an offensive move, got caught mid-air by Lee with a kick to the face.
You gotta think Just Nick was thinking Boba shot. Prince Lee had it scouted.
Oh! Prince Lee damaging the arm and the shoulder. Ortega right there to pick up the scraps. And now Ortega with a submission move, locking in both arms. Kenny's planted on the ground, has nowhere to go.
It's curtains for Vibin. This is it. There is no way Kenny Calypso could get out of this.
It looks like the Toxic Two-Man could be heading to the finals.
Can you imagine that tag team toxic?
Oh, Nick in the ring, Boba shot missing. Connected on Ortega, though, and was able to break up the hold, inadvertently saving his partner. Now Lee has Nick on his shoulders. Nick finding a way out, high knee strike.
Oh, no.
Clothesline missing, and now
half and half over the top.
Oh, Kenny looking for a code breaker.
Got caught. Here comes Lee. Ducking the line, and a huge forearm from the Big Drip. And one in return from Kenny, and they're going at it right here.
Oh, these two are in each other's face. Shot for shot, a running knee.
He's stealing Jack Calloway's move now.
Oh, only two.
Maybe that was a shot at Jack Calloway.
Oh, well. I'm sure
because
Jack
Calloway lost his championship.
Oh, well, I mean, you might be onto something, but I don't think Jack thinks about it like that. I'm sure Jack isn't even...
Really? Do your journalistic due diligence and go ask him.
Well, we're in the middle of a show.
Well, you never see cut-ins in the middle of a show? Asking interviews? Jack's going to be out here later.
Oh,
Pac Ortega, the ups. You see how high he got that kick?
Well, speaking of
Kenny
Calloway,
Calypso is out.
I'm sure the X Factor is watching this match, seeing if they can get past the 8th day, who they would go up against in the finals. There's Nick over the top, a double Boba shot lariat on Toxic Tour as both men are down.
No.
Kenny's already up top. Nick set up for Kenny, splash, cover, Just Vibin is going to the finals. For the second year in a row, Just Vibin is heading to the finals of the All for One for All tournament, and they will face the winner of the second semifinal match here tonight on March the 13th at TCS 49. Could we be seeing once again the new Texas Pro Tag Team Champions, or could we be seeing a future new Texas Pro Heavyweight Champion right here in Just Vibin?
If they win this tournament, which I doubt, I can definitely see Kenny Calypso challenging Just Nick. I think Nick's too stupid to think that he can challenge Kenny Calypso for the world title. I think he's so narrow-minded that he's going to immediately shoot to challenging for the tag titles. But Kenny, he's a little more deceptive.
So you think Kenny wants another opportunity one-on-one with Nick?
Oh, absolutely. They've gone at it before. I think Kenny Calypso might have some ulterior motives.
Well,